See that you've been a part of, but where does this one stand?
It's a big one, obviously, long overdue for a new office where, we got people sitting on top of each other over there. As far as the company goes, it's going to, open up a lot more opportunities for creativity and people just have a better work environment. And then as far as what's going on with the athletes, it's next level.
How do you think it does help? I mean, obviously the physical benefits of it, we hear about the rehabilitation, the learning things like that, but how does it help the company as a whole, having this new campus?
Well, we continue to learn and grow as this thing grows. If you'd asked me 5 years ago, I would have told you it's impossible for every fighter to fall off a car. Well, now I know it's possible, and and credit to Lawrence. Lawrence got up there and talked about this thing today. Lawrence said, what we have to do? We have to start to control the uncontrollable. And he was dead on, and it was really his vision, Lawrence's, to create this center that we're going to build, and it's really coming together. The beats, I got a great office, and the gym's going to be great. Other than that, I have a one-track mind here. If I don't do what I do, none of this other stuff matters. You know what I mean? I'm more focused on the fight and the production and the live event. That's what I do.
Daniel, in terms of the planning for this facility, was there one personal thing that was kind of a top priority for you, something you really wanted to see in this new facility that wasn't possible in the old one?
Well, the one thing that we always do is when we do something, we don't do it half-assed. We try to, if we're going to build something, it's going to be the best one you've ever seen. So this like I said, Lawrence and a couple other guys literally flew around the world and looked at all these different facilities, and it's such a huge advantage to have had all the input from all the best places in the world to build the best place in the world.
Let's say that you're talking to a big free agent, maybe there's a couple offers on the table from your organization and others. How much of a factor do you think this new facility would be in an athlete wanting to go to the UFC as opposed to the organization?
Well, it's going to be interesting. Obviously, this thing is a huge asset for any athlete, but you know how our guys can be sometimes. We're probably going to have to twist some arms to get them out here in the beginning, and then I think once they come out here and see the benefits of being here, the word will spread. But I think in the beginning, you know how this sport is. I mean, who knows? Maybe everybody's going to think this is the worst thing in the world when we first roll out with it, but who knows? We'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
You've told me the story before over at your old office about when you guys first moved in. You guys were the stepchild. There was the old guy that ran the insurance company that always blamed everything on you.
No, it was Mr. Fertitta's right-hand man.
Yeah.
Anything that went wrong in the building got blamed on the UFC. And I was in a broom closet over there, and we slowly started to venture out and take a little space over here, a little more space. Then we had a whole floor, and then we ended up buying the building, and then we own 3 buildings over there, and we leased 70% of the space right down to the McDonald's by Palace Station. So we've, and think about it, it's been almost 15 years now, and it's gone by like that. Here we are breaking ground on this new campus.
If that guy were here today, what do you think?
He's still around. I still see him, and he still works up at Fertitta Enterprises, and he's a great guy. Yeah, anything that went wrong in there, though, was our fault.
Dan, you know how much fighter pay gets discussed and dispersed and all that. Was there any concern at all, like, gosh, if we roll out with this grandeur campus, there's going to be blowback? You're saying you're not spending that money on the fighters, you're spending it on this office.
Listen, the Fertittas had money before. If it wasn't for the Fertittas' money, the UFC wouldn't even be here. It's not like this thing happened and they just got money. They've always had money, and we're going to continue to progress and grow the sport. We were in desperate need of new offices, and this facility I think is going to be a home run and take the sport to the next level, and maybe other sports too.
Do you think it's a statement about how successful the UFC is right now? Because we're always hearing people say, "Oh, the growth is stagnating; they're struggling financially." Do you think this is a statement to show the world that, hey, we're doing this fine?
We don't really care what anybody else says. We keep our head down, keep running forward, and keep doing what we do. We continue to If you ever wondered if the UFC could make it or not make it, that was a couple of years ago when literally every fight fell out all year. When things like that happen, you have to fix what's broken, and that's what we're trying to do.